Oh, my, I am so glad that you have zoomed on me. I'm getting rather low on bleach, dear. Is there any way that you might be able to pop down to Carter's and pick up a cheap bottle on your way here today?
I think I could squeeze it into my busy schedule, Joan. It will be just the excuse I need to get my hands on something sticky. You know me, I can never resist a sweet accompaniment to a strong cup of tea in the afternoon.
You might guess why I need some bleach. This homeless man pops into my entrance as soon as it starts to get dark. He can be there all night, you know. When he quietly sneaks out in the morning, I go down right away and give my passage a jolly good scrub. It's the only way to get rid of the awful smell of his stale clothes and body odor. Mind you, Terry, having to get down on my knees plays havoc with my tired and worn-out back these days. I am not as young as I used to be.
You'd think your homeless man would take advantage of the Leonard Stocks Center. They let rough sleepers go in and have a shower while they wait for a bed to become available in their hostel. Our landlady, Cordelia Palmbay of Palmlets, might own a 4-poster bed, but she can't ever lay straight in it. Fancy allowing a communal entrance used by a number of her tenants, not having a proper, secure lock fitted on the street door. Broken doors will always attract the homeless of Torquay.
To be honest, Terry, my passage might be all that a homeless person needs to stay alive. The homeless man that comes here might leave behind a rancid smell for me to get rid of, using bleach from Carter's, but he doesn't do me any harm. Compassion has never been a strong point of yours, has it, dear?
I live in the real world, Joan. It would be a good if a few more, especially those in charge of Torquay, did the same. By the way, I bumped into young Dwayne Harper earlier today. He told me that he has been summoned to the town hall for an audience with ward councillor Mrs. Precious Love.
I bet she wants Dwayne to help her with some newfangled electronic gadget she has just spent our council taxpayers' money on. Despite his gambling addiction, Terry, no one can deny that Dwayne has a certain knack when it comes down to working with modern technology. I'd like to be a fly on the wall when he meets her.
Goodness, it certainly is extremely quiet in here. I wonder where ward councillor Mrs. Precious Love will appear. She is now so high and mighty, she inhabits this bright yellow cloud. The Liberal Democrats must have closed this hall to the public. A flea market was held here every Thursday. In the 60s and 70s, famous pop bands played. Now the only people that come to Torquay are the tribute bands. This town desperately needs a proper kick up its backside. We deserve better. I am starting to feel nervous. My voice is going squeaky.
Who did you say needs a kick up the backside, Dwayne?
I was only referring to myself, ward councillor Mrs. Precious Love. Sorry, I mean, your most worshipful Highness. I was kicking myself for not visiting my poor old mother. My mind has been kept busy though. I have been thinking a lot about the wonderful liberating message of liberal democracy, and how you intend to bless those of us who become your disciples, and allow us to be champions of our own community.
This tells me that you are reading the Point magazine, Dwayne. I am most impressed. It is the policy of liberal democracy to drown out all our enemies by only producing positive literature. Those who expose poverty and claim that licensing our landlord friends is the only way to kickstart regeneration in Torquay must be silenced. I am a positive person, Dwayne. Everyone must immerse themselves in the doctrine of the Point magazine, focus on all that is lovely, and become a champion of their community.
Am I allowed to ask your Highness why I was summoned to the town hall today?
No, I do not consider that it is unreasonable, Dwayne. I have found a solution to the antisocial behavior that my adversaries, such as Miss Tracy Ireland, Melville Hill's Raw Riviera Facebook page, and now, even people I once called my friends, like members of the local business community, are exposing in the gutter press. In doing so, they cast an unforgivable and ugly shadow upon the glory of liberal democracy in Torquay. If they cannot be silenced, they could harm our chances at the next local elections.
That's amazing, how you have found a way to rid Torquay of antisocial behavior. You will get voted in at every election, for centuries to come. The Tories won't stand a chance in Torquay ever again. I would like to say that I am a victim of antisocial behavior. I am forced to listen to the sound of people screaming at each other until daybreak, louts released from prison fighting over drugs, the sound of breaking glass, wolf dogs baying at the moon. Then it's the sound of budget prostitutes, faking loud orgasms, in front of untouchable punters, who help to fund their next fix.
Whilst I was speaking, Dwayne, a scroll was handed to me on a silver salver. It advised me that our informant living in Warren Road has called to advise that 2 people are in the grounds of Tor Abbey claiming to be higher and more important than me. Their blasphemy cannot pass without judgment. I will resume our conversation once I have summoned the Yellow Order to leave the town hall and arrest them. They will be placed in the dungeons until I decide their fate later on.
I hope these dreadful usurpers are detained and awaiting justice. Ward Councillor, oh please forgive me, I mean Your Highness, Mrs. Precious Love.
Thankfully, they are now firmly under lock and key, Dwayne. The town hall guards will feed them bread and water, until I decide what must happen. They looked really common. Do you know, there are people in Torquay who think that I float around all day long, in fine gold, opening garden centers, smelling flowers for photo opportunities, and drinking tea from bone china cups, decorated with hand-painted daffodils in dementia care homes, whilst at the same time, pretending to be concerned for the poor. The truth is, Dwayne, behind the scenes, I make very important, life or death decisions. I am not to be messed with.
Your worshipfulness, I am standing here with bated breath, waiting for the moment when you reveal how you will rid Torquay of all its drug problems and antisocial behavior. I know that you are a very powerful person, Your Highness, Mrs. Precious Love.
Meet Nunu, isn't she amazing? Her beauty is beyond measure. Nothing can stand in her way. It won't just be the chewing gum, found stuck to the pavements, in front of our boarded-up Debenham store, that she sucks up. She will capture and devour all the enemies of liberal democracy, people like Tracy Ireland and those who dare to criticize us. I have appointed you to be the person to take care of Nunu and program her to carry out my instructions. She is the ticket I need to win the next election, Dwayne.